Oh, hello. Welcome to another Whisky Wednesday. If you've forgotten, my name is Dean Jode, and I'm the head of Whisky Creations for Murray McDavid. But hopefully you already knew that. So we're back for a rather warm Whisky Wednesday, which partly explains what I've got in front of me. We're going to cool down with a nice summer sipper. So I'm going to invite those of you joining us this evening, for those who haven't already got a something to sip on to join me this evening, then please pour yourself a drink of something delicious, sit back and enjoy. I'm going to take you through a cocktail that I'm working on for the summer, because those of you at home who enjoy a peated whiskey, something a bit richer, something a bit heavier, then you know, maybe you back off of those whiskies over the warmer months of June, July, August. Christ, sometimes we even get nice warm weather in September, October, but we're June, and crikey, I think we're being promised around late 20s, early 30 degrees down south of England, where I'm currently beaming from this evening, down in Gloucestershire. So yeah, the sipper that I'm talking about this evening is going to be made with, I've got a little sample prepared here. It's going to be made with a little new edition of the Cask Craft range, a double finish, something new to the Cask Craft series this year. This release is comprised of 5 different whiskies, the double finish being one of them. The spirit in the bottle here is from Loch Lomond Distillery, peated. So we're working with Croft and Gear, and double finish, I hear you ask. Well, inside the bottle, this spirit is being maturing in a combination of port casks and Madeira casks. So we've got some of those lovely sweet tropical fruits from the Madeira. We also have some of the, let's say, fruitier, spicier styles coming from the port cask there. So a symphony of flavor coming together to create, you know, a lovely, flavorful, rich, impactful style of whiskey. But I'm going to mix it up this evening as opposed to sipping it straight. So inside my cocktail shaker, which I have some ice cubes, I am going to add. We've got 60 ml of pineapple juice in there. Pineapple seems to be the flavor of the summer. I see a lot of cocktail recipes being created with pineapple this year. I've actually made a bit of a faux pas. I've left my knife in the kitchen, so excuse me for just a moment. I will be right back. Luckily, I don't live in a mansion, so my kitchen is not too far away at all. I'm going to quarter up a lemon. Very simple. Now, I'm calling this the Peated Pineapple Simple Sour because it's dead easy to make, exactly what it says on the tin. We're using peated malt. We're using pineapple. It's simple. And it's a sweet summer sipper. So we're going to take the lemon in a little juicer there into the mixer. We only need a quarter. We don't want it too sour. I mean, for you savages out there who do like it, do like a sour to turn your face inside out, then go for the other quarter of lemon in there. So that's in the mixer. We're going to add 30 mils in there. Now, 30 mils of a spirit that's 44.5%. It's light, it's gentle, very appropriate for midweek cocktailing. Because of course we're so busy at this time of year. We need to keep the mind clear for all of those arduous Teams meetings, which could be made more fun with the Peated Pineapple Simple Sour, dare I say it. So a shake in the cocktail mixer until you get a nice frosty finish on the outside, and we're just going to just strain that over a nice big old ice cube. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to pop that over there. And if you want to get really fancy, and if you wonder why I've got a token pineapple sat behind me, it's so I can garnish it. You know, if you're if you've got friends coming around for a barbecue at the weekend, cocktails always look a little bit more fancy with a good bit of garnish. Just don't poke your eyes out with this one. Tropical. We've got the pineapple sings through. The peat is just mellow, 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 sour, sweet, refreshing, delicious. So cheers to everybody watching along at home. And I have to say, of course, everybody, if you could raise a glass to Olivia, who's in the background here, head of our social media this evening, working along in the background. It's actually her birthday this evening. So Olivia, thanks for sorting out this this stream this evening. And also I must say thank you very much for sorting out and arranging the tasting we did 2 weeks ago, the online tasting for members of, for some of the members of the Murray McDavid Whiskey Club on Facebook. We did a little launch tasting on the group with all 5 of the new Cask Crafts, including the double finish here with the Crofton gear. The double finish, I think, if I recall, I always knew the sherry finish would do exceedingly well. The Tullibardine sherry finish, absolute sherry monster, considering the age but also the strength as well. You know, the Cask Craft is down there at 44.5%, which some people naturally assume that whiskies at this strength, the lower strengths, you know, anything below 46%, you know, I have seen it on tastings and at shows and events that you know, people are so inquisitive these days, people coming up to the stands looking at labels, which is wonderful because I spend so much time writing them, so I'm glad people pay attention to them. But some people do look at the 44.5% and naturally swear away because you know, there's a bit of a belief that they're a little bit some whiskies at that strength can let's say lack on the robust character that we come to expect from whiskies at 46%, let's say. But the Cask Craft, of course, using first fill casks, using second fill casks in there as well. You know, it's my job very much to make sure we maintain a lot of that character from the cask, from the distillate, inside of every sip that you enjoy. And the Tullibardine sherry finish absolutely delivers on that. Probably over delivers if that's possible, for you know, for where it's priced in the arena, in the environment of Scotch whisky that we know and love today. The port finish as well with the Benrinnes. The Benrinnes is you know, it's a spirit that is new to the series of the Cask Craft, and you know, it is a Speyside icon. You know, it's a wonderfully constructed spirit. Typically you would see it being bottled by independent bottlers at greater ages, but we've managed to get this new make spirit of the Benrinnes into these first fill port casks pretty much straight away. So we've got a lot of uptake lot of influence from that port wood. Terrific stuff, very nicely balanced, and that's what the Cask Craft is all about, balancing that style of distillate with that wood finish. Can't forget to mention, of course, the Inchgower in Madeira. Not as delicate and gentle as the Linkwood from batch 1. So this is a bit more robust, which, well, it can go either way. Either you like it sweet or you like it a bit heavier and richer. And that's why we keep, let's say, introducing new styles to the Cask Craft to offer a greater plethora of flavour. Yeah, lovely. And yeah, the Othruskin bourbon, also wonderful. Yeah, really happy with the second batch of the Cask Craft. If you couldn't make it along to the tasting a couple of weeks ago, fear not. I'm sure we'll be doing more on the Murray McDavid Whisky Club on Facebook. If you haven't popped along to click the little join button on that, then please do. Because yeah, it's a little that page is a little insight into the world of Murray McDavid, what we do, occasionally free tastings, and yeah, it's building to be a nice little community of people who are interested in what we do at Murray McDavid, which, you know, is why I'm here talking to you this evening. I hope you're all out in the garden, by the way. I'm rather enviously looking at my garden at the moment. It does need a bit of a trim out there. The barbecue's been going strong, but I'm inside this evening. You probably see from my face a little bit red and puffy. It's not because I've been having too many Peated Pineapple Simple Sours. No. As well, I think last time that we were sharing the screens on a Whisky Wednesday, I was up at Leckhampton Hill with some rather big shades on, and that was to mask the fact that I'm one of these guys that suffers terribly with hay fever. So yeah, a little bit raspy, a little bit puffy, a little bit itchy. Antihistamines have been okay. I've been trying local honey, also okay. My good colleague Rachel in logistics, she's advised that I go out on a stroll, find a bush of stinging nettles, and just ever so sporadically sting myself with the stinging nettles. She swears down that this is going to cure my hay fever. I'm yet to do it because, oh God, don't I effing blind when I get stung out on walks by those stinging nettles. I just can't do it. I'd rather sneeze and itch, to be honest. Interestingly, on the tasting a couple of weeks ago, somebody did mention that whiskey is also an antihistamine. So I might stick to that theory for now. We'll see how it goes. If you've got any advice for me at home, please send it in. I'd love to be out in my garden right now. So anyway, yeah, back to cocktails. I mean, throughout the summer, you might have already seen on our Facebook social media pages and Instagram, not just with Murray McDavid, but our Parkmore selection. We've got a range of cocktails that we are putting out there. Some recipes for you to try at home. Really lovely. But yeah, this is what I'm working on at the moment. I'm a big fan of pineapple. Absolutely love it. And peat, you know, I absolutely love drinking peat with these tropical fruit flavors. Again, if you've got any recipes, then don't be shy to stick them up on the Murray McDavid's Whisky Club Facebook group page, because yeah, and pictures as well. I'm obviously a big fan of photography, so yeah, get your camera out, get snapping away. Liv's actually been out on a lot of walks, snapping away. There's a nice dram picture that we've seen recently, and actually, if you go to her Instagram page, you'll see that Liv has also been very much in cocktail mode, with a really cool, I think it was a strawberry daiquiri. Who doesn't love a daiquiri in the summer? Whew. Anyway, that's enough about that. I should mention, last thing I'll say about Cask Craft Batch 2, and it's a little segue into the next subject, which is events, whiskey events. Now, hell of a lot of whiskey events back in May. I'm not going to go over Spirit of Speyside Whiskey Festival again, because we've already covered that in great detail. You're probably sick to death, but hopefully that'll encourage you to come and join us next year for the festival. But yeah, generally June, July tends to quieten off over the warmer months for whiskey festivals. But we do have one in a couple of weeks up in Stoke-on-Trent, the 24th of June, which is a Saturday, of course. I will be traveling up from Cheltenham here, 70 odd miles up the road to Stoke, where I will be bringing the Cask Craft Batch 2, all 5 of them. And I will also be bringing some of our UK exclusives bottled from single casks. So it's going to be a really great table for anybody coming to Stoke-on-Trent to come and see us, because we're going to have those introductory styles of whiskey with the Cask Craft range. But also, you know, on the flip side of that, we're going to have those single cask expressions, which I've selected to really show the extremes of spirit character, of cask influence, and how they combine together in the glass to create a big flavoursome dram. You know, we I'm not going to say too much. We have an Islay malt, we have a Highland malt, and a Speyside malt. Casks including Tokai, Pinot de Charente, and the last dram is actually a combination of 3 different casks. What is it? Port, Madeira, and PX sherry. So a big coming together, a big flavorful coming together of casks on that last, which of course there's not a single cask bottling. That was actually a vatting of, I think, about 5 casks there. But delicious nonetheless. So come and see us in Stoke-on-Trent if you're in those neck of the woods, and yeah, I'll be there, hopefully puffy-eyed freed, or you might actually see me behind the stand with big old aviators on, and no, I promise that won't happen. Promise that won't happen. Oh, can't stop sipping that. That's delicious. Oh, that'd be nice if you actually, I can't remember who I saw doing it, but it'd be really nice to stick that in the freezer. And I've got loads of my little boy, you know, he's obviously ice lolly mad at the moment. So I've got loads of ice lolly sticks that I've kept because I want to make some whiskey popsicles. That's something that we need to get onto, Liv. That would be a good bit of fun for our Murray McDavid staff AGM in at the end of July. That's going to be very cool. Going to be lots of fun. But anyway, you might see. I've just noticed I've got some things on the table. Actually, I did place them there to show you guys a little bit of what we're up to as well in terms of new whiskies and new projects. But before I get onto that, no more whiskey events in June. We're taking a bit of a break, summer break in July, and then the next big one. I'm so excited about this. Is if anyone's been to the Whiskey Fringe before, then please let us know how it went, how you enjoyed it, what drams we should bring along. I'd love for you to give us a little heads up of what you think we should be bringing, because it's our first ever outing at the Whiskey Fringe in Murray McDavid's era under ACO, you know, which is nearly 10 years now. Can you believe? We've never managed to get in with the Fringe, but Ben, our head of sales, he's worked some magic to get us a table. So it's I think the 18th of August until the 20th, that whole weekend. And oh, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Always great to do whiskey events in Edinburgh, but I always get the impression that the Fringe is obviously just that next level. So yeah, we'll be there as well. Not too sure on the whiskies that we'll be bringing to that just yet, because we actually have oh, what list did I see today? I think there's a list of about 15 new whiskies that have just freshly arrived off of the bottling line. And over the next few weeks, those we'll be starting to promote those on social media, on our website, and hopefully doing lots of tastings with retailers across the UK. And no doubt some of those will be coming to the Fringe. And by then, I'm pretty sure, I don't think I'm speaking too out of line, but I'm pretty sure that we should have a brand new batch of UK exclusives as well. The UK exclusives, I mean, I can't speak highly of them enough, because this is really the first year that we've really pushed them. You know, we've historically kept to our core releases, which, you know, we export to markets over the world: Germany, Netherlands, you know, Australia, America, Scandinavia as well, and of course parts of Asia. But the UK exclusives, of course, generally bottled from single casks at cask strength, which our core releases are not. So yeah, those have been really lovely to select these high octane examples of the art of maturation. So yeah, that's been really great, and long may that continue. We've got some things coming for Christmas as well, which I've been partly selecting this week. But these little things behind me, this is for a different project. Oh god, the dogs next door are scrapping. They've heard about our single cask releases, and they clearly want in. So apologies if you can hear that at home. She's a lovely little spaniel. I don't know why she gets so crazy, absolutely mad. But anyway, yeah, these things behind me, these will be, I'm probably saying way too much, but these are samples that I'm selecting the best four. I've got 7 there, and these are going to be working their way to the Sherry Bomb Whiskey Association. And association, I hope so. Sean, apologies if I've got that wrong. It's been a long half of the week, but you'll be delighted with the whiskies. Absolutely incredible. A few different cask types. We've got a pretty incredible Pedro Jimenez sherry, finished, or maturation I should say there, port, and Madeira, all the same peated spirit, and mostly they've been filled into those finishing casks in pretty close proximity. So there's a cool project hopefully coming along with these samples. I've just got to select the picks of the bunch here, and then yeah, they'll be on their way to Sean, and hopefully we can get a new project up and going, because we did a project earlier this year, really wonderful project that, again, you know, Ben helped a lot of putting this project together with Sean. Craig Alecki, filled into 2 separate styles of sherry cask, Oloroso and PX, in the same re-racking operation from the refill casks, and yeah, bottled at the same time. So these were to deployment 5.1, deployment 5.2. I think I'm right in saying. God, I hope I'm right, Sean. But really wonderful examples of a core body of spirit maturing in 2 different cask types for the same amount of time and bottle at the same amount of time, so that you can actually taste along to discover the developments of maturation and what that does to coarse spirit. And I'm hoping that this is going to be along those same lines. If you're wondering at home as well, I've always got the Cutty Sark sailing upon the tabletop to give me a little bit of inspiration along the way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to invite you, if anybody is streaming along this evening, if you have any questions about any of the Murray McDavid whiskies that you've tried recently, or any of the events, or anything that's going on at the moment, it'd be great to hear from you. If you don't have any questions, if you're doing something better, if you're barbecuing in the garden, then I'm definitely not going to hold it against you. That's where I would very much rather be. Maybe I'll just double dose on the antihistamines tomorrow, and get some steaks out, and some more peated pineapple simple sours. Say that after a few cocktails. Good Lord. Yeah, if nobody has anything to input this evening, I'm going to retire to go and watch hopefully West Ham pick up a European trophy this evening. Big up to the old Scotsman, David Moyes. Hopefully, I want to see him do well. I want to see him do so well to pick up a trophy. Well, it looks like it's a quiet evening tonight, so I will call it there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's raise a glass again to Livy Patterson. Happy birthday. Oh, Steve, always in there with the last say. Sorry, I'm going to have to click onto the comments there. You mentioned double finish, but when does a finish become a double maturation? Oh, you devil. You devil. I thought I was going to get away with an easy ride there. Now, the term finishing and matured, that is, I mean, there's a few paths of thought on this. Now, I've heard that a finish is if the spirit is in the cask for less than half of its maturation, then it's a finish. I hope that makes sense. So technically, the Croft and Gare is a double maturation because the spirit has actually been in there for most of its life. But it's a tricky one because when we are exporting these whiskies to, I think, America, the FDA get very particular on the terminology. So on the back label of these, we have to introduce the word cask as well. Not that that really answers the maturation versus finish, but it's a blurry line. And yeah, the question or the answer to finish versus maturation. Well, I mean, finish is obviously a lot shorter word for the label, but we've just adopted for the Cask Craft. The majority of our whiskies are finishes for these younger styles. But there will be exceptions, and you've pulled me out. You've pulled me out on one of those exceptions on the Croft and Gare here. So yeah, I mean, technically a double cask maturation, but on the taste of the whiskey, on the palate, you're left with a finish of the cask influence. That is how I'm going to leave that. Cheers, Steve. Okay. Do we have any more lovely questions for us this evening? I'm just going to go and hide. Do I see something else coming in there? Give that dog a dram. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry if they've been a bit rowdy this evening. It's the troubles of keeping the door open. Either you hear the dogs barking, or you see me swelter, and you don't want to see me sweltering. I really wanted to get a dog as well, but our neighbours, we've just got too many dogs with too many neighbours with lockdown dogs. I think that's what happened. So no dog for me. I'll just have to keep the window open, letting that pollen come through the door and attacking my puffy face. So I will leave it at that, ladies and gents. Pleasure. I will be back next week, and not too sure what we're going to do next week. How about you let us know what you want to see? If you want to see more cocktails, of course we can do that. Maybe we'll get an additional member of the team, so you're not left listening to my voice for 30 minutes on a Wednesday afternoon. That would be quite nice, I'm sure. So yeah, let us know in the comments, or comment on the social media posts, and we'll make it happen. Okay, lovely. Ladies and gents, enjoy the rest of your evening. Fingers crossed to West Ham. Come on, David Moyes, you've got this. And if you haven't already, go get yourself a bottle of Cask Craft Batch too. I'll see you soon. See you in Stoke, hopefully. All the best. Cheers.